The universe is immense, and the distances between stars are enormous.
This means that if we wanted to embark on a journey to another planetary system, it would require incredibly long travel times. Moreover, as we know, the speed of light cannot be exceeded, and even approaching it or a fraction of it would be a colossal challenge, requiring energy and propulsion means that are currently beyond our reach. In short, a journey to another star, even under the best conditions, would take centuries or even millennia. For this reason, the only vaguely realistic possibility to send humans to another planetary system would be to build a generational spaceship. But what exactly is a generational spaceship, and what problems might it encounter?
Let's try to understand it. What is a generational spaceship?
As the name suggests, it is a spaceship in which generations follow one another. The humans who depart do not arrive at the destination, but their descendants do. Essentially, the human colony on board travels through deep space for hundreds or thousands of years until it reaches its goal. Another term used to describe a generational spaceship is interstellar arc, which perhaps gives an even clearer idea. This spacecraft, which would obviously be gigantic, would have to house not only many humans and their descendants but also everything necessary for their survival. It would be a true moving colony, carrying animals, plants, and every necessary resource. The idea of a generational spaceship or interstellar arc has been widely explored in science fiction. For example, Robert Heinlein's novel Universe explores this very theme. The famous television series Battlestar Galactica, produced in the 80s and later remade, also deals with the idea of a generational spaceship. However, beyond science fiction, we might ask ourselves if such a concept could be realistic and what problems it might involve. Here are the 5 main problems of a generational spaceship. The first problem concerns complete self-sufficiency. A generational spaceship would need to be a small, completely self-sufficient world, separate from Earth, traveling through interstellar space, and able to sustain itself without any external support. This means it would need to carry all the necessary energy resources, produce food, and have a completely artificial environment, with an artificially created atmosphere and gravity. Creating such a system is already complex on Earth or in orbit, let alone for a spaceship traveling through deep space for centuries or millennia. A second problem concerns the risks of the journey. All the typical risks of space travel would be amplified in such a long-duration journey. Failures, malfunctions, navigational errors, exposure to cosmic radiation, or catastrophic events would become much more likely. Moreover, we would need to ensure the genetic diversity of the population on board and address psychological issues stemming from isolation and the long duration of the journey. The third problem is ethical. Those who decide to embark on a generational spaceship, knowing they will never reach the destination, are also deciding the fate of future generations. The descendants might not share the mission's goal and could feel compelled to undertake a dangerous and uncertain journey. The fourth problem concerns technological obsolescence. During the long journey, it's possible that new technologies developed on Earth could drastically reduce travel times. In this scenario, a generational spaceship might be overtaken by a more modern vehicle launched later. This would mean that the occupants of the first spaceship would arrive at the destination after other people, with more advanced technologies, have already colonized the planet. Finally, the fifth problem concerns uncertainty. Anyone who embarks on a generational spaceship would do so without any certainty that the destination planet is actually habitable. Despite advances in our understanding of exoplanets, we can never have absolute certainty that another world can sustain human life. The question is, would you ever embark on a generational spaceship, knowing there is no certainty about the destination? In conclusion, although the idea of a generational spaceship seems a bit less unrealistic compared to other science fiction proposals, it is still difficult to apply in practice. It might be the only way to reach other stars, but it is an extremely complicated solution, requiring enormous economic and technological efforts, and it would still present huge problems. It seems more like a desperate solution, to be adopted only in case of extreme necessity, for example, if we had to abandon our planet. However, at the moment, there is no reason to leave Earth. So, If we have to think about multi-generational projects, it would be better to focus on those concerning our planet rather than imagining distant destinations that, for now, remain unreachable. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a supportive like.